Hello! So, last cart that I'm doing before the end of the year is the Llamasoft Collection, 27 games. Now, I'm probably not going to play all of these because some of them are kind of just like A-B variants. You know, they'll be like, well, this was the version on the, you know, the VIC-20, and this was the one on the thing. Oh, look at it. You got a nice little colorful sticker sheet with a lot of rainbow llama squares. So that's very neat. The manual for this thing is quite a beast, which is probably why this bloody case will not, I mean, this is like just going to have it closed by wedging it between other games, which really annoys me. Change the design on your frickin' box, please. I mean, this is the culprit. This closes, it hits the frickin'... Now this one, even without the booklet, I can't get it to stay because it is just, you know, it's just not a good design. If there had been two clips, top and bottom, this wouldn't be an issue. It would probably... It might still have a problem because this is quite proud, but... Anyway. So, I was not going to get this originally. What a chunky manual. Goodness gracious. So many things in here. Descriptions. Again, this is like Blaze has really, you know, brought the thing. I mean, I still would need my reading glasses to read these because, you know, I'm getting old. But some of these games are a bit odd, you know, like... And hard to figure out what you're doing. Incipitable is, you know, like 3 pages because Battlix is, what is this, 5? Because there's all these mini games. Lots of stuff in here. I almost didn't get it because of the fact that on my PlayStation 5 I got a digital Eclipse owned by Atari. Did the Goldmaster series, their third Goldmaster series game. Is it the third one? Or the second one? There's the Karateka one. I don't know if the Atari 50 collection came before or after, but anyway. So they released a Goldmaster thing that has like all of these and more. And if you got a PS5, I don't know if I'm assuming it's on other platforms, but it's very much worth getting because it has like, I got these things, I don't even care about the games so much. I mean, I do care about the games. I do like the games. But just the videos, the history, the interviews, you know, that's what makes those so wonderful, those things, you know. I don't need, you know, all the different iterations of Karateka and everything, but just having the history of how that game was made, and this teenage kid who goes on to become a game developer working with a major publisher is a fascinating story. Similarly, Jeff Minter, frickin' rock star, you know, British developer. This collection, you know, I really like his stuff, and I wanted to represent, and that's why I got it, because I was like, it's nice to have the collection in different places. After all, the PS5 game is a digital download, which means technically I don't own it, and it could disappear from the shop at some point, and then my hard drive dies and I lose the game, because I'm pretty sure, well, they might have done a physical release, but whatever. But that's one of the things, and so it's nice to have it on the Evercade, and you know, the Evercade's a British console, and is a British developer, and let's all be British supporters and support Britain, who live here and love this country. Anyway, the main selling point for this and for the other one, for me, is, well, let's just go through the list of games. We get Deflex 5, which is kind of like a puzzly game. Deflect the ball to get it from point A to point B with a bunch of paddles that you place. City Bomb, kind of like Canyon Bomber, the Atari arcade game. And later, game mode in Air Sea Attack, I think, something like that. Andy's Attack, Ratman, Super Deflex, Abductor, Grid Runner, Attack of the Mutant Camels, Laser Zone, Matrix Grid Runner 2, Hover Bover, which I think it was on one of the C64 collections. Metagalactic Llamas Battle at the Edge of Time, Revenge of the Mutant Camels, Hellgate, Sheep in Space, Incipitable, Battle X, Void Runner, Revenge of the Mutant Camels 2, Super Grid Runner, and my favorite, Llamatron 2112. And Llamatron, you know, that was my introduction to Llamasoft. And it's a very interesting story that I will impart. So, Llamatron is a Robotron clone that Jeff Minter did, and you know, it's funny. It's got like some goofy enemies, Zippy the Pinhead heads, and you know, voice samples and all this kind of stuff, and it goes on forever. But that game, you know, the world, what we call the internet now, was the World Wide Web in 1995, and I was working at a company, and we had desktop computers, and I remember when that came out, and they said, "Hey, you know, the World Wide Web is here, and we're going to be using it in this company, and so you're going to get Netscape Navigator browsers, you know, which was the only browser, the first browser. You're going to get Netscape Navigator installed on your computer, and then you'll be able to go on the internet and, you know, look at our website and direct customers to the website and blah blah blah." Well, it wasn't long before I got kind of bored and was looking for various things. And in addition to things I'm not going to talk about, I found Llamatron. In order to reach an audience, Jeff Minter had decided to release it as shareware. So download the game, and if you want, you know, make a contribution. Which to my mind was basically, oh, free game. And I was able, so I downloaded Llamatron and installed it on my work PC. And so when I wasn't dealing with calls, I was playing Llamatron. Needless to say, some of my colleagues didn't approve of this use of company time. And eventually I did have a meeting where this was discussed. And so, but there was no policy. So they said, well, we can't really do anything to you except say, we're going to have a policy to say, no, you can't use, you know, you can only do this and that with your corporate desktop on company time. So stop doing that. And eventually I changed, you know, jobs and went back into the data center and became, you know, went back to being a computer operator, which meant I did not have this thing and did not have this temptation. But Llamatron made an impression. Needless to say, when the Gold Master Series came out, I was excited because I hadn't played that game in, you know, 30 years. And so having it in two places, and interestingly, the Gold Master Series on the has a couple of games that are fairly, you know, recent. Llamatron and I think it's Super Grid Runner. On the PS5, they're using a Atari Jaguar emulator. And so the games were ported. They ported Llamatron Super Grid Runner to Atari Jaguar in order to run them in there. But this is using the original Atari ST version. So I don't know why Evercade has an Atari ST emulator apparently, and Atari or Digital Eclipse through Atari does not. Maybe it was just deemed to be easier. Who can say? Maybe someday they're going to do, you know, add an Atari ST section to the Atari 50 collection. Who can say? But I just find that curious. But anyway, important gaming history. This guy started out as a young man making games in his house, putting them on tapes, because that's how a lot of Commodore games were distributed back then, for the C64, and selling them at swap meets with his family, helping him do packaging and marketing and stuff. And went on and got the attention of people like Atari, who went and gave him a frickin' Atari 800 because they wanted him to develop his stuff for their computer too. Wow. I mean, that kind of stuff doesn't really happen anymore, at least not to my knowledge. You do still have some solo developers. They're unusual because of the different talents required to get a game out. Jeff Minter still does stuff. I think most recently He did a version of Polybius, which is based on that urban legend game. He did an updated standalone Aka-R under the good graces of Atari. He's got a number of compilations you can get on your PS5 or on Steam of games, some of which were originally released and sadly no longer available in the Apple Store. Still quirky as hell, still to be avoided by people who suffer from epilepsy because there's like a lot of flashing lights and other crazy crap going on. But, I still like his stuff. I still buy anything from Jeff Mentor that comes out on the PlayStation. I'm there. So let's dive into the weird, wonderful world of Llamasoft. Hey! The Llamasoft Collection. 27 games. Now, some of these are variations of the same game. So, I'm not doing the variations. I mean, they'll be different. They're different enough. And the Jeff Minter saga, Gold Master series, on PlayStation and other platforms has even more, because there you can get like the VIC-20, the C64, the Atari 8-bit, on and on. So it's a lot. But we're going to see what we can do and try to keep this video under an hour long. So let's play some Llamasoft games. What do we want to do? Sort by the release date. Yes, I think that would be good. Alright. So first, Geflex V. Skill level. I think I need to use the on-screen keyboard for this. 1 equals expert, 20 equals easy. Alright, well let's middle of the road it then. Moving targets. Big note of that. Alright, so where this game is falling down for me, I hit the target, is the lack of a cursor for placing any bloody thing. It basically just drops it right where the ball is at the time, which is supremely unintuitive. Alright, so every time a ball hits, it bounces a different way. I mean, it's definitely challenging, but no. Alright, Abductor. This is a bit more straightforward. It's basically like Defenders crossed with Space Invaders, if I remember correctly. This is pretty much oh, I can't get over there to get the guy. That was weak. That's a little too quiet. Okay. But this is kind of Jeff Minter to a T. Frenetic, a lot of shooting. That is crap. I can't go over to that side of the screen. There's stuff coming out of the bottom of the screen without warning. I mean, I guess I'm supposed to be looking at where it's going at the top and figuring out where it's going to come through in the bottom. See, abduct your guys, they're pretty much history. What's going on with my ship? Why is it so huge now? I don't remember grabbing the power up. There, I saved one from being abducted. Look, bravo me. Oh, he didn't. He got it to the top too quick. Wow. But I mean, these games are like, I don't think he was charging like a fortune for them. You know, distributing them on tape at swap meets and stuff. So it's not like this is like a 40 quid game from EA or something like that. Let's see, Andy's attack. This is a more straight up Defender clone. Wow. So this is Defender minus the map, which kind of you need to know where the things are. How am I supposed to know where my camels are being threatened? The hit detection is a bit crap, but that could be just down to the draw-in. I was like shooting things and my bullets were just firing right through them. Let's try it again. Alright, we're going to reverse. Alright. I mean, owing to how much work we're trying to do, I think, oh, those are mutants, yeah. Yeah, it's surprisingly slow paced, but I think that's just down to the, you know, dealing with whatever platform this was, which I suspect is a C64. Alright, good enough. City Bomb. This, I believe, is a pretty straightforward clone of Canyon Bomber. Alright, no. Wow. Why does the keyboard look like... Oh, is this like a Spectrum game? Yeah, I think it is. Looking at the color palette, definitely looks like Spectrum to me. Which I have to say, Spectrum games actually looked pretty damn good. If we had had those in the States, would I have had an Atari 800 XL? Yes. But I mean, not bad. I like the sound effects in this one. But Jeff Mentor, you know, he did quite enjoy just trying to get, you know, he wasn't like specific to one platform. He did do a lot of his development work on Commodore, but all credit to him for, you know, trying out different things. Cool. Alright, Grid Runner. I'm going to go with the B one, which I believe is the C64 version. This was the first game I think it had a big hit with. And Grid Runner has evolved, and is a game that Jeff Mencher has continued to do iterations of, on other platforms. You will find an updated take on it from Digital Eclipse in the collection that came out recently. This is the kind of thing that I think of, though, when I think of Jeff Mencher, as this kind of frenetic shooter action where you're just barely able to understand what's happening. Alright, so that thing will periodically, these will put these little eggs, I don't know what the hell they are. And then you got this like centipede style thing happening. But those things turn into missiles that then will shoot you, so you gotta be careful. You either shoot them quickly or avoid. It's very hard, it's challenging to keep track of the things running below and on the side that periodically shoot stuff out. And then you got to get the enemies scrolling down from the top of the screen. So, no place is safe. It doesn't have a conventional start at the bottom of the screen setup. Oh, see, I waited too long to shoot. That thing hit me. And he likes taking sounds from other games. So you'll tend to hear a lot of sound effects that sound like Defender sound effects or Robotron. Very much clearly into the Williams oeuvre of sound effects. There we go. This might be a VIC-20 game. What, I didn't hammer him? Below a hand descends from the heavens. Oh. You can't hit them when they're in the air. You have to be below the level of your hammer. Which seems unnecessarily unforgiving to me. Oh, the rats shoot the arrows. Come on. God, what? The delay is brutal. Finally. Oh, the rats. See, he touched my hammer. That's why I died. Weak. You haven't got a hope. Might as well give up now. Well, I'm not entirely disagreeing with you. Frickin' rats under my feet are gonna do me in. Game over, mate. Not one of my favorites. Okay, Super D-Flex. Now, the same story here. As D-Flex. I think this one's for, might be for the same console. He's clearly better at his craft. This looks like Spectrum. Now, do I have a... Am I trying to hit the pink one? I guess. Not digging it. I'm just... Alright, Dragon Mutant Camels. Now here we're getting into some real good stuff. You can see there's a little map at the top bar. I'm a giant rectangle with lines in it. And then I get to see the camels. You really got to shoot the heck out of... Oops, I collided with them. Wow. Now the thing about this game, which is very similar to Empire Strikes Back, is that it's hard to tell if you're actually doing any damage. Because you see my bullets seem to be passing right through the camel, but now he's changed colors. So you got to keep shooting them and dodging his occasional bullets. Meanwhile, he is trying to kill you. I like the fact there's some animation with the camels. Looks like someone studied the way they actually walk. Okay, I clobbered one of them. And you are trying to stop them from getting all the way to the right side of the screen. You do have to frenetically shoot at these things. Keep running into him, because if you press the button too long in that direction, the ship just suddenly decides, I'm going that way at speed. Alright, got that one. But not in time. See? That's what I'm saying. You can't tell, like, how close is it to the end? I don't know. Hover Bobber. Now this I played, this game was on, I think, one of the C64 collections. I really enjoy this. This is a, I think it's a VIC-20 game. I'm not entirely sure. Alright, so if you hold the A button, set the dog on the neighbor. Everything else is just select the starting line, 1 to 2 player, blah, 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 blah. So the premise of this is you're borrowing your neighbor's hover mower. Now, if you're an American, you might not be familiar with this. But this is a thing. I owned one of these when I lived in when I've lived in places that had lawns. I actually, you know, it's a piece of plastic. The blades are little bits of plastic, and basically they spin so fast that the mower effectively sits on a cushion of air. It doesn't have wheels. And usually there'll be some kind of a container to collect the clip cuttings, or you have to just rake the cut grass after you're done. So, but these are electric, so they plug in. Well, that's what this guy's got. So this is a hover mower. You're borrowing from your neighbor without his permission. You trying to cut your grass and avoid getting caught because your neighbor's like, hey, give me my frickin' mower back. You can set your dog on him to make him, to hang him up a bit, but if you do it too many times, the dog will attack you. And then you have another neighbor on the other side who's a flower garden, and if you're not careful and you kill some of his flowers, then he's going to come after you. So it is a very, I mean, it's a very Llamasoft game. What can you say? Has music, which is cool. Look at that. He's covering. He's got his hover mower there. Alright, that's fine. The llamas. Jim's mower. The dog loyalty and the dog tolerance. So we start out, we're going to go get the mower. I'm sure he won't mind. sure Jim won't mind if I borrow his mower. It's like, am I borrowing it in the middle of the night? What's happening here? Alright. You mow, and you mow. There's the dog. Oh, I hit the dog. He does. The mower doesn't like hitting the dog. Alright, go. So, when I sick the dog on him, I'm actually like holding the button down. Rover, kill. Go on, boy. Uh-oh. Mower's overloaded somehow. Oh, come on. Oh, man. You got the mower back. I don't think I've ever finished a garden. Cutting the grass in this game. I just find it so whimsical. Tom's mower. So I'm borrowing somebody else's mower this time. Here's one of those Jim's. Well, at the very least. Come on. Alright, go get that guy. So you look, there's a meter at the motor overloads. You're trying to keep it from... Ah, the frickin' dog, man. Get the hell out of here. Oh, the dog couldn't save me. Okay, there's Tom's mower. Now Alf's mower. Good old Alf. He's a decent chap. He is until he sees you using his lawnmower without permission. Now let's see if I can finish cutting my frickin' lawn. Now it's interesting that I seem to have no problem cutting the grass, but if I run those flowers over, some other guy is going to come out and go, "Hey man, you're clobbering my flowers." Ugh. God damn it, dog. Lay off, you beastly hound. You gotta keep the dog away from the mower. I don't know why he wants to molest my lawnmower. I'm doing so good so far at not hitting the flowers. So I'm only getting beset by one chap. If I don't... the dog's eventually going to stop listening to me. Oh, here he comes. I accidentally ran over some flowers. Jesus, so sorry, mate. Oh, well, at least I evened out your flower bed. Oh, I almost hit the limits of the dog's loyalty. Sure, he won't listen to you anymore. Thank you. Thanks for the seizure. Canine fidelity bonus, because I didn't actually lose everything. I'm going too fast. The lawnmower is gonna... Dog, kill that guy. Ah! Hit detection's rubbish. I mean, granted I was right next to him, but I didn't think he'd be able to nick his mower that quick. Alright, so he's up and down, we're controlling the different axes. So it's basically like reverse grid run, where we're controlling the things at the side. Oh, that wasn't good. Which makes it more challenging than I think it needs to be. Like right now, like look, I'm moving the guy up and down on the right side, and he's not shooting, which doesn't help me. Well, this is already more flash. I can move more across the grid than I could in the first game. It is way faster. Very clean. I definitely think Grid Runner 2 is an improvement on Grid Runner 1. Oop. Got shot. Eventually you are going to get shot by something. Ah. But see, Jeff Mentor at his best is doing things that are like good for a quick bash. You know, you're kind of something you can play for like a few minutes without spending a quarter. Metagalactic Llamas battle at the edge of time. Okay. So my shots bounce off the walls. Alright, so if the spider hits the ground, he dies, I guess. Let's see. Oh yeah, not good. He doesn't die. Ah, so I can raise and lower this field to help direct the shots. And the screen wraps around, so I can try to... But man, once those spiders get on the ground... Oh, that's so I can hit them. Alright. Oh, I went too far. Neat. Not a bad one. Not a bad one. I should say that I've played all these already, pretty much, on the other collection. So it's fine. Let's see, we had Attack of the Mutant Camels. Now this is Revenge of the Mutant Camels. I'm going to save this for the ST version, which is later. Incipital. This is one of these really, I don't understand what is going on in this game. So, alright, so here I am. So I can jump. I'm throwing... What am I fighting? Am I fighting the apples? It looks like it. Every time I shoot them with a banana, no less. Alright, so if I press the fire button whilst I'm jumping, I can change walls. Wait, what injured me there? I don't know what the heck hit me. I'm trying not to move too much, because if I do, I won't be able to keep track of what I'm doing. But I don't know if the now the ground's yellow. I'm like, why? What? Did I hit an apple? Why is what? What? So did I leave? What am I shooting? I'm shooting audio tapes. I'm shooting cassettes at floppy disks. Okay, I mean that's fair. I'm not sure what the skulls are. And if the floppies are enemies, why don't they hurt me when they hit me? Or are the skulls enemies? What's the enemies? I don't get it. Are the skeleton things creating the floppies? Wait, why? Am I injured? What's happened? No, what hurt me? The wall? Or the flashing wall? What, now I got hurt again. See, now I can walk on the walls. There's Rory the guinea pig, I guess, but it says I need to watch out for him, but he doesn't seem to be actually... Do I have a health bar? God, will the manual make any of this make sense? So now I'm shooting the floppies. Oh, I touched the wall with my face because I walked too far to the edge. Lame. Oh no, I see. The strength meter is my strength, not the strength of the door. So the guinea pigs are hurting the heck out of me. Ow. Wait, I didn't want it. Oh, so that's me going through the... Okay, the guinea pigs are gone. So... What's happening? I'm blowing myself up. So can I... Oh, you know, if this was less whatever. Alright, Hellgate. I believe this is a variation on the I'm controlling two axes of things. But I think now... So this is like Lasergate, except I think you have more. Alright, let's see if I'm right. Prepare to die. Yeah, sure. Right, so now I'm controlling 4 guns. It's like, was this game hard and too easy before? Was that what the problem was? Oh God, my brain cannot, you know, Jesus Christ, Mentor. Okay. I can't believe I cleared wave 1. I can't even tell what was happening. Maybe I'll come over and... What? The enemies go at diagonals? Oh. No, I want to... When they get to the wall, it becomes kind of like, forget about it. I can't believe this game isn't... Okay, that was wave 2. Sure. Once they get to the frickin' edge of the map, I'm kind of screwed. Because I can't keep track Because these things move at the same time in opposite directions every time you move left and right and up and down. Thank God, because I can't with this game. Alright, the Mega Galactic Llama is on a different platform, or Sheep in Space. Here's another fantastic maniac kind of game. Enemies around? Oh, wait a minute. Ah, there he is. Wait, where'd he go? Yeah. So the arrows on the top seem to be showing me where to go to find enemies. Oh, I'm famished. What's going on? Oh, what the hell? Stomach bloated. Oh shoot, what's that? What? I hit a camel and I die? Okay, so I can kill that thing, but if I touch the building that it's trapped in, I die. Whoa. I'm blowing my city up. Finally. Not bad. Alright, let's eat some grass. Okay, one. I can't. Alright, so I'm moving with the D-pad and it's shooting in the opposite direction of what I'm pressing. I don't understand what these things are supposed to be. So I shoot in one direction and it's like I've got a reaction of I'm just going to change through these because I can't tell what the hell. Alright, so this is like Revenge of the Mutant Camels. Except they're a group of camels. And they're shooting dog bones at me. was left 6. Okay, so I finished that wave. Alright, which sub-game is this? What the hell is it? Is this like... What am I doing? I can't... Am I moving that cursor? I am. What am I trying to... What am I doing with it? Alright, this feels like it... Sequence failed. Right. This is another one where I suspect the manual is going to be necessary to figure out what the heck is going on. Okay, so... So I'm supposed to press the flashing direction as soon as I can. Okay. Sure. So this is the one where I'm... Alright. I'm painting. Oh, I went into the black hole. I have to start all over again. Oops. Oh, I'm having a hard time keeping track of what's going on. This one's the one that's really kind of crazy. Okay, I've spent far too much time on that. I'm not a big fan. Sorry. I'm sorry, Jeff. I'm not a big fan. Alright, Revenge of Mutant Camels 2. This should be pretty straightforward. Ah, yes, in this one, the mutant camels, you're actually controlling the camel instead of trying to kill the camel. Okay, so I can jump. I can just constantly fire. I don't know what I'm shooting, or the hearts. Let's wander on through. Only get 8 credits. Not enough to buy anything new. Hey, these things look like things that should be friendly to me. Are they not like cows? Ow. 3% completed. Wow. It's a toughie. Alright, now I got Void Runner. Oh, interesting. Alright, so I got a, it's kind of like simplified Grid Runner. So now I'm basically controlling a formation like Tac Scan. You've just got enemies coming down from the top. Finally, a game that's not trying to break my brain. What all the blue, those stationary bits are. Oh, every time they die, they form one of those. Uh-oh. Oh, that was bad. That little red thing shot me. Oh, something hit me. Camel. What the heck? What's happening now? Why did I die? I don't understand. Oh, interlevel llama. Okay, so I cleared the level, I guess. I didn't die. Sheep. Okay. We're back to top to bottom. Oh, now we're arranged. Oh, wow. Now we're splitting our forces. God, why this mechanic? I hate it so much. I can't. Yeah. Okay. Super Grid Runner. Alright, I think this is the Atari ST version of Grid Runner. Like a flash. So you can tell it's ST, because look at those graphics. The Atari ST hits grunt. Oh, I was supposed to help those guys and kill them. Cool. And Revenge of the Mutant Camels for the ST. I'm skipping Llamatron because that is the frickin' reason to buy this game.
You must be out of your mind.
Oh, we got some fun samples. So this is like the Revenge of the Mutant Camels mode from Battle-X, and a standalone game from an earlier console, but this is ST, so much more sophisticated graphics. Gotta get the power-ups. Oh, I picked up some weird one that makes me do things the opposite direction. Oh, I see. So that's, I'm fighting Jeff, who is throwing camels at me. Okay. Hilarious. Alright. And now, last but definitely not least, Llamatron 2112. Fantastic. This is a twin stick. It is a frickin' Robotron clone with that Jeff Minter frickin' quality to it. Please, you know, I would love to have a twin stick controller. Thank you, Blaze. Please do it. There's a number of games now that would use this. Fighting Coke cans. And as with Robotron, you're trying to save something. In Robotron, you're trying to save the last human family. In Llamatron, you're trying to save goats and other critters. Just goats? I can't remember. Oh. Oh, yeah, there's a sheep. Yeah, the Mandelbrot set is the main bad, the big bad in this one. I love the freaking sound effects are just choice. Oh yeah, so it's raining, and the way that you stop the rain is to get the umbrella. And they have tanks like tank Robotrons, except that they just look like regular frickin' Robotrons. I can play this game for a while, obviously. Anyway, I don't know. I mean, this is a collection.
if you know who Jeff Minter is and you like frickin' Llamasoft games, then this is a no-brainer. It's a quirky-ass collection of stuff from a real British original auteur, game developer. You know, the guy, like, has been his own boss forever, and I can't respect him more for having his own vision, sticking with it, and having a good relationship with companies like Atari, and being able to do his own thing. Anyway, I like some of these games. I don't like all of them, obviously. But it's an interesting magical mystery tour from the 80s all the way through the 90s for Jeff Minter. He's still doing games, still doing stuff. You can still find his games on your console of choice, so keep an eye out for him. And keep on gaming.